Hey everybody, David Barrett here back with the podcast Music, Movies, and Movie Music. And this is our 10th episode, I want to say. And we have not only one special guest, but two today called the Terrible Twos. This is a rap duo, hip hop duo from East Bay, California. I interviewed these guys for my show, Entertainment Getaway TV. That's on YouTube, and it's another channel I do featuring artists. And you can know a lot more about these guys and their history in the music by checking that interview out. And this is another one we thought we would do a deep dive because these guys are really big horror movie fans like myself, sci-fi movie fans like myself, and superheroes and villains. So we're going to cover it all. And right away, here's one of my props, and we'll just give you a little sample to start off. That's like the Crypt Keeper shit, right?
Yeah, that's what
you guys like the Crypt Keeper, right? So, and then we'll start off with like, wow, look at the shirt B Krazy's wearing, and you know we got the girlfriend, so he's wearing the Chucky shirt. Big fan, I'm sure we're gonna get into that, and then we got.
Take it from me, honey. Plastic is no substitute for a nice hunk of wood.
What else?
Even their eyes are like super deep.
Yeah,
they are.
Look at us. Don't you see? We belong dead. Goodbye, darling.
Chucky, yeah. So here we are. Hard way. She's taking over the interview. So here we are in the House of Horrors, the Den of Sin, also called the Mannequin Museum. All kinds of talking animatronic and props, and these guys coming here for the first time felt right at home because again, we're going to take the deep dive into horror movies, and you guys. So we already talked about Chucky. What other horror movies you guys want to bring up? Let's just cut right to the chase.
Dude.
Cut.
I would say my honestly favorite number one horror series I would say would be Hellraiser.
Oh, nice.
It's just always been a favorite. I feel like they were always like ahead of their time when it came to like the gore and just in general, just Pinhead is just iconic.
Wow. I have to mention I met him in Las Vegas at Days of the Dead convention. These are horror conventions. This is going to keep coming out throughout the conversation because they have all these horror conventions, Mad Monster Party in Arizona, Days of the Dead in Las Vegas and other cities, Monster Palooza in Burbank and Pasadena, Sinister Creature Con in Sacramento. So go check out these conventions and meet your favorite horror stars. I mean, the guy from Terrifier is going to every single one of them. David Thornton Smith, I think his name is. So did you feel that Hellraiser, I mean, everybody, including myself, feels like the first one made such an impact, and then they just kind of kept going downhill.
Yeah.
What do you feel about number 2, 3, 4?
So
I mean,
I actually like so what was the one where it's almost like set in the 1800s.
Okay.
And it's like
I'm not familiar with it, but
more or less showing I think Pinhead's origin.
Okay.
And like how it's how the box was created.
Oh, nice.
So it
That's
tells
interesting.
you the origins of how the box was created, and then there's Hellseekers, which is has the main woman actor in it. That one was good. So I would say, other than like the one where they're in space, I think there's the other one called Hell. What is it? Where
Really?
it's like the internet. You know what I'm talking about?
They went to space like Jason went to.
Yeah, exactly. Jason.
Yeah,
No
that
shit.
was horrible. They've always been horrible. With the
basically
space.
Pinhead's chasing them around like a spaceship. And it's
Yeah.
What? I never. That one kind of must have flew by me.
Oh, yeah.
But the actor's name is Doug Bradley.
Yep.
He does these appearances. Ruben and I actually filmed him. You can see footage of him speaking at a panel discussion on at the Sinister Creature Con last year, Doug Bradley. And then I got him taking a picture with my my foot guitar, and a really cool dude. Here's his deal too: is that if you buy one of his audio CDs of him, he has these audio CDs of him reading from books, and he's got special guests like Robert Englund is on one of the CDs, and Kane Hodder from Jason. So he has him reading, and if you buy a $20 CD, the picture's free. Usually they'll charge $60 for the photo or $80, but he's like, just buy a $20 CD and anybody can get a photo with me. So
that's pretty cool.
Doug Bradley. So besides Hellraiser, I mean, if there was ever be a second or third in what you feel is like the best of the best for horror, man. I mean,
for horror, best of the best.
You got Pinhead.
I used to like Chucky a lot until the after had allegations,
Okay.
But yeah, Chucky will always be like.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did.
Who's the actor who bring it to light? Wow. Okay. We'll look it up. Google it.
Google man.
So well, the first one, Child's Play. I seem to remember the first in the series when it comes down to it.
Yeah.
Even though the first Friday the 13th, I feel like they did get a little bit better after the first one.
Yeah, for the yeah.
So what's your favorite in the series of Child's Play?
I would say, the first one where you actually see him going into the doll and you actually get the origin. I like knowing the origins of the characters and stuff.
Yeah. He's another convention guy,
like,
Brad Dorff. You'll see him around at the conventions.
Nice.
And so.
Also.
Wow.
I like the Rob Zombie series, Captain Spalding.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those,
Rocky Horror.
Three from Hell.
Yeah.
Seven Rejects.
Yeah. Devil's Rejects.
Yeah, Devil's Rejects. I mean, yeah.
To me, the first one was out of control. Dr. Satan. I got to meet Bill Moseley, and Rob Zombie in L.A. He was with his wife Sherry. This was all separate times, and then I got to meet Sid Haig as Captain Spaulding, and Bill Moseley, Dr. Satan, and then even Priscilla Barnes from Three's Company. So again, y'all, if you're a hardcore movie fan, horror fan, sci-fi, you got to go to these conventions. You'll get to meet all your favorite stars from the movies. So what would be a third runner-up for, say, horror? I mean, you covered Pinhead and Chucky.
It would have to be obviously between Jason and Michael Myers.
Yeah.
I would say between those two, but Jason pretty much takes it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just the whole lake and the whole forest and woodsy area.
Yeah.
It just takes it from me, especially like the original Friday the 13th.
Did you like Rob Zombie's take on
Halloween?
The
I
Halloween?
Did,
Yeah.
That was
shows his origin.
I'm a Mike Myers fan.
I'm
a Mike Myers fan.
I love that it showed him as a child, his aggression, how he got into it. Like I liked his take on it.
Right on. And that's another guy that I met, Malcolm McDowell from Clockwork Orange, who played the new Doctor in the Rob Zombie version. He played the Doctor instead of Donald Pleasance, and incredible stuff, man. I mean, what about you, Johnny? What's your horror side of stuff you like?
Me personally, like Mike Myers would have to be my top guy. Just like
for the original John Carpenter and all those, or the Rob Zombie ones, or you like
personally?
Both? Yeah.
Personally, I'm the Rob Zombie.
Okay.
Rob Zombie. I think just like the more darker, more like sinister take that he had really fit like Mike Myers as a psychopath. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like he's really crazy. So like nothing really stopping him. Just like the darker take on it was really got me liking. I've watched the John Carpenter, like the originals. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But like that'd be mine.
Cool. What other horror movies you feel?
Definitely like he said, Pinhead. So personally, like I never really dove into Pinhead. I just seen Hellraiser, the first Hellraiser. And I liked it. And something about like, I know like when they do more movies of a horror film, like they just don't do good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I really got intrigued with Hellraiser, and I never really like dived into the lore much. But then the remake, I think Hulu did that. That one just like that one brought me back to like oh fuck, Pinhead, like
Yeah.
you know, like it really brought that back to me, like
You want to see who's going to be on Sinister Creature Con this time?
Yeah,
Here's some of the actors.
yeah. We got the new convention coming in June in Sacramento.
So,
Sean Patrick
from
Flannery,
yeah.
and we got Bill Moseley, Alex Winter. Bill Moseley from Texas Chainsaw and Devil's Rejects. Alex Winter from Lost Boys and Bill and Ted's. Pam
Oh,
Grier. Pam Grier is going to be there from Jackie Brown and Foxy Brown. And there's some dude from Stranger Things. And yeah, it's a great lineup every year. Actors from Terrifier. We're going to segue right into that. I haven't seen any of the movies. I'm so late to the party. Have you guys seen Terrifier?
Yes, I have.
All right.
Just
1,
watched
2, or
the
3?
first one.
All of them.
All of them. Let's hear Johnny Stitchlip's
So my take on
review on Terrifier 1, 2, and 3.
So my take on Terrifier is like it did bring something new to the table. Like, you know, I mean they have done killer clowns, but not necessarily a killer clown.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And really just take like just really not be afraid to really just show like how evil, like just how crazy it would be if there was a killer clown.
All right.
You know, real psychopath, it's real gory. I like how it's more on a take of like the older kind of horror gore films back in the day where like, you know, the blood is gushing out more in the sense.
Like the 80s from the they called slasher films with the gore and very much a ton of blood.
Yeah. So like it really fit that.
Even like the camera aspect of like whatever camera they shot on.
Yes.
Even it just gave you that
Eerie,
feeling.
yeah.
Wow.
Just like watching it, you're just like, you're like I'm literally behind the camera, damn near watching this guy. Like that's the feeling it gave me. You know,
And the series seemed to get so big, they got actors like Daniel Roebuck from The Fugitive and Rob Zombie's movies playing the Santa guy, right?
Yeah,
the
Santa one, the third one.
And then Jason Patrick from The Lost Boys and Speed 2, he's in that one too, because I was at this convention and he was promoting those very movies, Terrifier 3 at the time, and it's so crazy to think that you know, there's all these big horror icons that all of us have mentioned, and then you never thought, like a good 20 years later, there'd be a major horror icon like Art the Clown. Right?
Yeah,
that would come.
Yeah,
I mean, if you guys look, I've been going to these conventions for fucking damn near 25 years, and the mania for Art the Clown is fucking out of control.
Yes.
The actor, he's gone from Orlando to Comic Cons to New York to fucking everywhere, Portland, Seattle. He's making a ton of money, and I mean, you know, this could turn into a 10-volume series. Who knows, man? I mean, it's fucking nuts.
I think he said, the fourth one is the last one. It really, because it tells a story of him. You know what I mean? I don't want to, you know, ruin it for nothing, but it has the storyline to it, and it's something like, you know, you don't really think about, and he's building up. The third one's building it up, and then this next one will really talk about like. Dive into the killer. His origin, you know, so he started from killing down, like he's working backwards. You just see the killer, and then as the movie goes on, you start, you know, seeing the person and knowing more about him. And he's always a really teaser.
That's kind of a different approach to take, because it's kind of going back into like the last one being like a prequel, almost.
Almost like every other one starts like talking about the person.
Wow.
And then also too, you know, he doesn't really talk much in the movie as Art the Clown. You know, he don't really talk. So I like that aspect too, where he's just more eerie, sinister. Yeah.
Cool, man. I mean, so getting back to you guys as an artist, and is it safe to say that you guys do the genre not limited to horrorcore, which, if you don't know, Gravediggers and then some other groups, along with Twisted, and they dive into this horrorcore thing, which is the influence of horror movies, in case you don't know, into hip-hop and rap. I mean, do you guys have that influence in your stuff?
Oh, definitely.
Okay. Name some songs for the people and where they can hear them that infuse that into your all's music.
So we got one, Mama Can You Clean It Up?
Okay.
You know, Look it up. It's on all platforms.
Terrible Twos.
YouTube,
Apple Music. Spotify.
And personally, like, you know, I talk about like Leatherface. You know, a lot of just, you know, self-mutilation, taking your own life, you know, just real dark. You know, I got a lot of it from like Leatherface personally, like when I was writing some of the lyrics, because, you know, I do like Texas Chainsaw, you know,
Cool.
and some about, you know, just want to rip your own, you know, flesh off, you know.
Talk about a series that has gone on forever. I mean, look at, there's a guy from Texas Chainsaw. It's going to be at Sinister CreatureCon.
Yeah.
Thank you. We got Ruben Magna in the background doing the tech work, showing us
You want to see who else?
certain actors coming to town. Tommy Lee, Linda Blair from The Exorcist is going to be there.
Officer
Doofy.
Yeah, Doofy. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so, maybe we'll, would be cool as all of us to go to a convention together and have you guys do guest interviews and stuff with, you know, or take pictures, all of us, and
Yeah, that would
network,
be-
man, you know, so.
That would be
Yeah,
sick.
look at the kid from Chucky, the first one, Alex Vincent, right?
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's going to be cool. Again, Sinister CreatureCon, Sacramento, June 20th, 2 days that weekend, and then back in October for 2 days in October, sinistercreaturecon.com, check it out. So other stuff with you guys, I mean, you mentioned Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I mean, what a continuation that has been from like the originals.
Yeah.
We had Dennis Hopper and Bill Moseley as Chop Top in the second one. The first one was classic, as we all know. I don't know, where'd you feel when they even did one with Matthew McConaughey, right?
They
And
did.
It was a crazy ass
Yeah.
one, right?
Yeah.
What do you take on that one in particular, and what's your favorite? And then they remade it, maybe even a couple times. At
They
this
did.
point,
They're
so
actually coming out with. They're
show.
actually remaking it again, I think.
Wow.
TV show.
They have a
Another
Chucky
one.
TV show now, the Texas
Yeah.
Chainsaw.
Yeah.
I mean, this is pop culture, horror culture that it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Like, there's no surprise that this Art to Clown thing's taken off because all these other horror icons,
Yeah, welcome to Derry.
you know.
too.
Yeah.
Okay,
the
is that
Clown
right? With it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, welcome
They
to
have a good
Derry.
series, yeah, welcome
Hey.
to Derry. Yeah.
You guys
Wow,
are more
that's-
in the
we
know.
didn't finish
with
that
it.
one.
That's another horror series.
Yes.
Icon.
Break it
Fucking
down,
good.
you guys. Take the platform, man, because
So,
I'm not familiar with all these latest incarnations of It and Texas Chainsaw and the
so
Chucky movie series. Go for it.
Welcome to Derry is basically about It the Clown's origin. So it's like
No
each
shit, really?
season goes back 28 years.
Oh, nice.
Or whenever he comes, 28 or
I
20.
think 27 or 28, something like that. Yeah.
20-some years is when he reemerges, you know. So
Wow.
it goes back that far, and it goes all the way back to like basically how he originated on Earth, because he is a alien, you know, from space.
Yes.
Okay.
You know,
I wasn't sure that all came up.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
it's actually what is it on? It's on HBO.
HBO Max, yeah.
HBO
So it's on
Max.
HBO Max, yeah.
So,
It's like how he said, you know, really deep dives into that whole lore on, you know, Pennywise the Clown, and really like, you know, a lot of Easter eggs in there. Like you really have to, you know, dive deep in Stephen King's, you know, just his
other
mind,
books.
yeah,
It's all his books are
Connected.
actually one
universe, yeah.
Wow.
You know,
That's
so like
amazing.
a lot of, if you pay attention to a lot of the other books, a lot of these things are happening in Derry,
Yeah,
like or they're from Derry.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah,
Like,
Wow,
so it's
interesting.
really-
I never
So,
even
like,
knew.
was it the Silver Bullet?
Yup.
Like that's
Yeah.
in Derry, you know.
Yup.
So a lot of that stuff.
The
is-
Green Mile,
yeah,
like
Green Mile.
Shawshank Redemption. It's
Yeah.
all part of like that whole universe. It's crazy. I
He
don't
could
know.
very well be considered in our lifetime and many others probably the greatest author turned into movies as ever.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's holds the crown.
And
man.
plus, too, yeah, he did those dollar movies for like college students. You know, like he would sell like the rights to whatever he was writing for like $1. So like new, fresh college students want to direct. Yeah,
Wow.
film students, you know, would
Wow.
want to direct and stuff. So give him like he's always helped, you know,
Yeah.
people. He's never really been, you know,
Yeah.
keep it to himself kind of guy. You know,
Yeah.
wants to, you know.
He wants to influence more generations
Yes.
of other would-be book authors and filmmakers. So another guy I have to mention that if you're really a hardcore movie horror fan, You got to meet Tom Savini. In fact, he's going to be at the Monster Palooza. I met the guy. He's not only a makeup artist, as you guys may already know, but a stuntman and a actor. In Dusk Till Dawn, he was the guy with the gun thing.
Okay.
Right? Tom Savini.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
He's going to be at Monster Palooza in Burbank. I've already met the guy. He turned me down for an interview, but I said, dude, much respect. He has a documentary out about his life in Philadelphia, where he was, like I said, a makeup artist, because he served time in Vietnam War, so he saw the real bloody shit.
Yeah.
And then he became a big-time makeup artist, started out on Friday the 13th, and so on, got other jobs, and then went from there to become a stuntman and then an actor, and most notable for Dusk Till Dawn, the guy with the gun that comes up, that dude, who ends up turning into a vampire. But what a legend, man. I mean, so what other horror movies that we may not have covered that you guys like? But if we want to switch into, we're going to go into some superhero, supervillain shit, because Johnny here is a big Superman guy, and we want to get his breakdown on DC and Marvel. So why don't we just switch it up? I think we covered the horror thing, you guys. So let's go DC, Marvel, superhero, supervillain. Your favorite superhero?
It's definitely Superman.
Favorite supervillain, if there was to be just one. It's hard to name that. But,
It definitely is the Joker.
Okay.
It's
So,
definitely the Joker.
Christopher Reeve Superman movies, Henry Cavill, the newest guy, Brandon Routh. I mean,
Like
your
what
take
my
on,
favorite Superman is?
well, just a breakdown on
Oh,
all the films
Mhm.
and the actors who played Superman,
Right.
and why they keep using Lex Luthor over and over again when they could bring Brainiac,
Brainiac,
Darkseid. I mean,
Darkseid.
they have so many great villains. Why
That's
they
why I
do
wanted
this
Zack
Luthor to
Snyder.
death?
Yeah.
What do you think of all that, man? I mean, Christopher Reeve, man, was
Um,
he a good choice? Because hold on, I'm going to tell you something. I watched Pawn Stars, and they had some guy brought in this really ancient Superman doll, and it was like way back when George Reeve did the series. It was like a really old school doll, and they do these fact checks that pop up, and it said, to my surprise, because I didn't even know this, James Caan, Clint Eastwood, and Robert Redford turned down the role of Superman that
Yeah.
Christopher Reeve ended up doing.
didn't
I
know
couldn't
that.
have seen.
Any
Give
of
me
them.
your opinion. To me, none of those three
No.
guys, not the look.
I
or
can say
anything,
Clint
Clint.
Eastwood.
I was gonna say,
I'll
I'll give it
Okay.
to Clint at
or
least.
out of the three. Okay.
Out of those three, you said
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, I think Clint Eastwood would have probably he would have given it more of an attitude as for the character.
Yeah.
But the
You're
look
right.
was not there for any of those.
Yeah, he
right?
definitely
I mean,
didn't
no,
have
so-
the build.
He didn't. He didn't.
My favorite was the second one. Everybody says that for Christopher Reeve.
Oh, the second one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
with,
the one.
with Zod and
Yes.
everybody. So
That's what
he
loses-
actually blowing
the Richard
Yeah.
Pryor one was just too laughable, almost. Except when Reeve turned bad and he was like, doing bad shit.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool. I think that was that that may have been the fourth one.
Oh, that-
Anyway,
yeah.
so your favorite is Cavill. You're a Cavill guy for Superman, right?
I am. Yep, I'm a Henry Cavill guy.
Yeah, I like the dude. That.
And you love the Batman versus
Yes.
Superman. That was hella tight,
That one
I
was
think,
good.
right? Yeah.
Personally, like I'm a real action man, so like
Okay.
the fight sequence, just being able to like visually comprehend, like because clearly, Batman had, if anyone's seen it, I don't know, spoiler alert, but like he does have his tech, so just being able to see like Batman able to stand toe to toe with Superman,
Yeah.
in a sense, like give you that Batman versus Superman,
Yeah.
because other than that, like it wouldn't have been a movie,
And old school comic fans have been waiting fucking for
Yeah.
eons for that
Yes.
to actually happen. So,
Yeah.
and then it just happened to be Ben Affleck that was in the Superman role.
Right.
And everybody I've talked to was pretty happy with what he did. Even though some people were like, "Oh, it should have been Christian Bale or somebody else."
Yeah.
Mike
People do
Green,
get tired
but,
of playing the same role.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, Christian Bale, Batman is by far the best Batman.
What about the
I like
latest
Robert
one?
Pattinson. Yeah,
Yes.
I like
Okay.
Robert Pattinson.
The Batman,
I like
those
that
are
one.
good.
No,
That was good.
Yeah, I can't wait for more of those actually.
Yeah.
Coming
Because
out, I think, next year.
their take on the Riddler.
Mhm.
At first, I was skeptical about the Riddler thing, but when they made him into a serial killer, it all made sense,
Yeah.
especially going back to the Detective Batman days.
Yeah.
You know, and that was hella tight.
Yeah, and just seeing them like young, unexperienced, really just because that whole take of that Batman is like he's just like he's a whisper. He's not even established as someone to be afraid of. In a sense, he's just barely starting fresh. So just like that new aspect of like Batman we've never seen because we've all seen him. He's already the Batman. He's that guy.
For it to be out of everybody from fucking Twilight.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson. That was a big throw. Yeah,
but he surprised me.
I was skeptical about that because I have to say about Robert Pattinson is that the Twilight thing. I'm a big vampire movie fan, and to me, Near Dark is the number one that a lot of people don't know about with Bill Paxton, and then a lot of great other vampire movies, John Carpenter's Vampires, with James Woods and stuff. But I was skeptical about Robert Pattinson, but the thing is, once I saw him do a movie with Guy Pearce and another one where he was a drug dealer trying to help his brother escape from a mental institution called Good Times, or Good Time, it really changed my perspective that, like, wow, this guy, kind of like the guy who played Harry Potter, everything after, and Elijah Wood from Lord of the Rings, they're all going on a path to where they're doing, like, acting roles that like are really deep and dark and sick,
definitely.
Elijah Woods has always been a good actor, though. Even when he was a little kid, what was that movie they played with
The Good Son,
Mel Gibson,
or with Macaulay Culkin, or no, I know the one.
He's a pilot, right?
Yeah.
He was in that movie, and he was pretty good as a kid.
Yeah.
So I remember that.
What about the new Superman? Were you digging that? I mean, they brought in that Green Lantern, that dude, and some other people.
Yeah, so they're like trying to introduce that whole DC multiverse.
Yeah.
Because James Gunn came in, took everything over, so like he started fresh. So I personally liked it as a Superman movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was really Superman. Bright. He's trying to save everybody. He doesn't curse. Just that good old farm boy.
Yeah.
Turned superhero. Good American. Scout pretty much.
And it was,
And they had the dog in this one.
Yeah, it was vibrant, dark.
Yeah.
Yes. And I like how they introduced more stuff, trying to restart the whole Superman story. So as a Superman movie, yes, he wasn't a bad actor.
Yeah.
Like I said.
Yeah.
I'm a Henry Cavill just for the simple fact, like, we always get that goody two-shoes Superman like that. Zack Snyder verse was a real different turn of events where it was like, let's bring him as, because all the animated ones show him turning bad or, him like more, more force or, just more aggressive.
Yeah.
Really saving the world.
Yeah.
So that Henry Cavill really captured that, and, a superhero.
Well, even the villains. Where General Zod or whatever.
Yeah.
That
He was
actor
sick.
that plays him is such a good
Yeah.
actor.
Yes.
Michael Shannon.
Yeah.
Great actor.
God, bro, I love that
Yes, he did not disappoint. Definitely not.
Such a good actor.
Yeah.
And even though they brought Luthor back into the new Superman movie, he the guy who played him was awesome, and
he
he
did
was
good.
super villainous.
Yeah, Nick something Holtz or something
he
like
was
that.
good, man.
He wasn't bad. Yeah, definitely. But I'm excited for the Green Lantern series that's coming out.
What's his name is getting his own too, right? Mr.
Oh, Terrific.
Yeah, Mr. Terrific.
Mr.
Okay.
Terrific.
He getting his own series.
Yeah.
wow.
He is definitely. They're doing that. Clayface
Oh, dude.
That's
Clayface.
another movie
Clayface.
coming
coming
out.
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
real
Oh, man.
body dysmorphia, like it'll really trip you out. And I like how DC's like just coming differently now.
Yeah.
TV series that go crazy. The Penguin. That by far.
Yeah,
that
give
was one
us
of the
give
good.
us a review on the Penguin because I haven't seen that myself.
Look
Give
up.
me a second to Brightburn. Give me a second movie to Brightburn.
Brightburn, you know Brightburn?
Oh.
No, what's that? Brightburn.
So Brightburn is like if Superman was born evil.
Yeah.
No way.
And he
Yeah.
just
They're really
goes
gonna do that?
crazy. He literally
What?
like slaughters.
Yes,
everything.
it's a good
Wow.
movie. So
Look it up. Brightburn. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you come across like you've actually collected these comics from Superman.
Oh yeah, I
mean,
collect.
you were in the know before even the George Reeves and the Christopher Reeve
Yeah.
and all that.
like I said, I'm
Wow,
second
man.
generation. I'm not gonna lie. You know, my dad, he's the one that really showed me Superman. You know, and just
Right on.
like the simple fact, like I don't know, just something about him just saving everybody and just like being there for everybody. Batman is cool. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
All that fighting and stuff is sick.
Yeah.
But just something about like deep down, like real capture of superhero.
Right.
That's
Cool.
That's
Like,
Superman.
knowing that you have the power to literally take over the whole planet, but you choose to save it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bring it to peace. Is
Pretty
like,
much.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wild. Cool. So, what's your favorite superhero and supervillain?
Shit.
I mean, I know it's hard to name one. We should go top 5.
Yeah,
top 5, but-
honestly, like tichlip right here, Joker, just hands down. It's
Yeah.
always been my favorite.
To me, Heath
Even
Ledger,
animated
and then
series.
Jack
Yeah.
Nicholson.
Yeah, Heath Ledger.
Oh,
Yeah,
Heath
yeah.
Ledger,
just killed it. He just
Yeah.
God, like you can't. They can't even almost cast another Joker, even though they did when it was the shittiest guy ever.
Yeah,
Shit.
all of them are shitty.
Joaquin-
Joaquin Phoenix?
Jared
Okay.
Leto.
He was the worst, you thought.
Yeah, he was the worst.
Oh,
And
you're
then
talking about that
Joaquin-
one, the Suicide
Oh.
Squad
But
Joker. Yeah.
oh wait, yeah, they had the other one.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix, the singing one. It was weird.
Oh yeah, I forgot. About
They
They
haven't
have-
been able to come up with
they
one
have
that
that
they
new
can
one.
match.
That,
Yeah.
technically, they said he wasn't even Joker.
No, he wasn't. He was
just
the
obsessed with him.
yeah.
Like he supposedly wasn't the original.
Since
Joker.
Heath Ledger, they haven't gotten it right yet. We all agree
No,
on that.
yeah, we all agree
I
on
don't
that.
think they will.
Yeah.
But as far
That's
as
a
my
tough
favorite
act to follow.
superhero, I can't honestly. It would have to be between either Spider-Man. I'm gonna split it. Batman Beyond, because Batman Beyond was
Yeah.
actually. I liked how it was like futuristic, you know.
You know.
Wasn't Batman the animated series quite cool?
Yeah.
They even
Yeah.
had
We started
Danny
watching
Elfman
it.
Yeah,
do
we
the,
did.
do the music,
Yeah.
which made it more legit to me.
Mark
you know,
Hamill was the Joker.
The
Yeah.
Joker, yeah.
Yep.
It did just
Yeah.
caught that, like,
He's
just like even just the shading and how they drew stuff. It just like really captured like
Right.
Batman, I guess.
I feel Mark Hamill could very well be the best voice actor Joker ever. I mean, the
Yeah.
guy really is fantastic. Mark Hamill's done a lot outside of Star Wars, and if you all don't know, just do it. A search of his Internet Movie
Last
Database
Airbender.
is
Yeah.
He
amazing.
was the uncle on Last Airbender.
And he was in this movie recently, The Long Walk, where he plays a sadistic general who is basically on a tank, making these guys walk, and
That's another
It's
Stephen
fucking-
King.
yeah,
That's another
exactly,
Stephen
bro.
King one. Yeah.
Right, bringing it right back to that Stephen King,
Yeah,
right?
I'm telling you, Stephen King
Yeah.
is like
Yeah,
one of the best at like world building, because I watch
Wow.
anime in
wow.
a sense, so like the word world building really captures what he does.
Yeah. Well, we all know that Mark Hamill started out on,
Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
well, it was that Corvette Summer
Oh,
he
okay,
did,
okay.
and then he jumped into being typecast as Luke Skywalker, but he's done so many great movies. I mean, I remember him, one with Tony Todd. Well, he was in Village of the Damned as the Reverend. That was a John Carpenter movie. Yeah, Mark Hamill's, he's done a lot of great stuff. Sushi Girl is the one I'm talking about with Tony Todd. He plays a real sadistic motherfucker in that one. So, Mark
Yeah.
Hamill. And look out, like Johnny was saying about The Long Walk, another Stephen King novel turned into a movie. Mark Hamill plays the villain. I've heard him in interviews, he actually prefers playing the villain to break that stereotype of the Luke Skywalker thing. So, any more coverage on superheroes, supervillains, any more series you guys want to bring up on animated or live action for superhero stuff? And then we'll move on to Star Wars and all that. Or supervillains, because we've seen a lot of great villains, even in the Spider-Man series. Who's
Yeah.
your favorite villain? There's Mysterio. There's
my favorite
um,
villain is probably Carnage.
okay.
To be honest.
Yeah, Carnage was crazy.
Carnage is
That was
just-
good.
Yeah.
That was good.
Ever since I was a child, like Carnage.
Man.
Just
Did
was my
Woody
favorite.
play him good?
Yeah.
I
he
felt like
did.
Woody Harrelson was bringing back those natural born killer vibes in that
Yeah.
role.
Oh, that was a
Yeah.
good one.
I liked,
That was
but
hella
what
dope.
pissed me off was when they gave Venom like his standalone movies, and he wasn't really the villain. He was more like they made him a superhero.
Yeah.
Which I
Or what
get.
they call the anti-hero.
Yeah,
or whatever.
anti-hero.
Yeah.
But then it's like the second one where he's like dancing and shit. He's like, it's called The Last
Wow.
Dance.
Yeah, the Last Dance. Yeah.
Are those all the villains? Hey, do you think before we die we're ever gonna? Do you guys remember the adventures of the Super Friends,
Yeah.
where all the Legion of Doom were
Yeah.
sitting around the
totally.
table.
Where they would click the fucking the rings together, right? That's Super Friends.
No, that's Captain Planet.
Oh,
But
no,
you guys
the
think we'll ever
Super
see
come
a
out?
day where they're going to be sitting at the table, 20 villains plotting like the Legion of Doom? Remember when it was in the swamp? And
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys. I grew up on it because I'm a 80s kid, but when I was a teenager, it was a show in the 70s called the Super Friends or something, and the Legion of Doom was there, and I'm like, man, will we ever get a live action movie where there's like 20 villains sitting around plotting?
You never know. 'Cause
you
with
know,
the
build it till that.
Avengers,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah,
crazy.
Doomsday,
They got
yeah.
every
Yeah.
single.
Because I thought when
character.
Jesse playing Luther said we're going to start a league of our own, I thought that was going to be the next segue into the Legion of Doom, which has Cheetah,
Yeah.
Captain Cold,
Captain
all of
Cold.
them sitting around there. So
Solomon Grundy. All
yeah,
like, all
I
those
know.
ones.
Yeah, exactly. So cool. So wow. I mean, the Penguin. I don't know much about that, but I loved how Colin Farrell played it.
Yeah.
How's the series? And,
So the series, it's very good. Fast paced. He really brings that. Because there's different aspects of the Penguin.
yeah,
There's Danny DeVito's the Penguin, where he's more sadistic. He clearly bites that fucking nose off the guard, like just real like sewer, like sewer rat. Just
Yeah,
like
man.
dirty, just on the bottom.
Yeah.
And then Colin Farrell, he brought the mob, that mob boss, the Penguin, where he has the city under his thumb. And in a sense too, like how we were breaking down earlier, like it's a fresh Batman, so like he has so much power, so much pull, and he, they're not afraid to like show him how it really is, So I would recommend that.
Is it,
Right on.
Is it better than the? Because I've never personally seen it either. Is it better than the Gotham series that they had with that guy?
Yes.
From,
So the
kid?
Gotham,
It's more based off of Commissioner Gordon, right?
so it's based on Commissioner Gordon showing Bruce Wayne like fresh after his parents died.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's Gotham's take, where he's like barely learning how to fight. He's still just a kid after his parents died, and he's so like in the mindset of I need to find my parents' killers, like by any means necessary. So Commissioner Gordon, he's young, he's making a vow to him. So it just like really talks earlier days about Bruce Wayne and like how he clearly became Bruce Wayne.
Huh.
A hurt kid, pretty much.
wow.
Yeah.
What about the Batman series with Adam West? And did you guys like that?
Oh, dude.
Was that
Yeah.
classic to you?
You have to.
Okay.
Adam West is a legend.
Caesar
He brought-
Caesar Ramirez, the Joker.
Colorado.
Yeah, he did
Yeah.
for having all those kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colorado,
You can't
free
have
world
Batman
Batman.
without Adam West.
And
It's just
most
how it
people
is.
may forget it wasn't just a series, but they did have a standalone movie with all 4 villains in it, which was pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, that's
Um,
right. The Red
so,
Alert and the Miss Freeze Up, all that.
Well, I think it might be time to move on to the Star Wars universe,
Oh,
which
man.
we're all fans of.
Yeah.
Should we include Star Trek in on that, or is this just Star Wars conversation?
Hey,
Are you guys Star Trek guys?
not a
Are...
Trekkie.
Okay. All right. Well,
Hey, it could-
to
whatever
me
the-
and many others, it's Star Wars first, and then Star Trek.
Yeah.
Even though I'm a fan of the original series, not much after that, New Generation stuff. But man, Star Wars. I mean, my favorite Star Wars in the series, like most people say, Empire Strikes Back. As far as the new ones that are really the prequel is, of course, the third one where Anakin turns dark, gets his legs chopped off, and he's like, "I hate you."
Yeah.
You know,
Revenge
he
of
was
the
The
Sith.
Revenge of the Sith. Yeah.
oh man.
That's
So
my all-time favorite.
what about you guys? I mean, since then there's been the Obi-Wan series, the Mandalorian. I mean,
Dude, the Maul series.
what is that one? Andor.
Andor.
I mean, you guys take it over.
Ahsoka.
What are your favorites, and give us your take on all the series and the movies, man. I mean, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the first original 3 is what got me into Star Wars.
Yeah, man.
Empire Strikes
You
Back,
guys
Return
must
of
have.
the
I'm
Jedi,
almost
New
60.
Hope.
You guys must have been like what, 3 years old, 2
dude,
years
I
old
was
when
a
that shit
kid,
came out.
man.
Wow,
I was
like
definitely
I wasn't
a
even
kid.
not
alive.
even born.
I
Right?
was,
born.
I was
Yeah.
a kid when Phantom Menace came in the movie theaters. I was
Oh, wow.
like 10 years old, I want to
Yeah.
say. And I seen it.
And then you went back and saw them, and you were just.
No,
How could
I
nobody-
watched the regular Star Wars before I even seen.
I can't know how nobody could ever be sucked into that story because it's
Dude.
so epic, man. You know,
Yes.
with Vader and how he became
Right,
the B
that's-
and stuff. Yeah.
I
So
love all that Earl Jones.
Wow.
James
Yeah.
Earl Jones, R.I.P. Yeah, the best. Darth Vader.
Yeah.
All of Darth Vader.
The only Darth Vader, yeah.
I mean, Christian Bale. I mean, Hayden Christensen did a good job portraying Anakin.
They did.
I didn't like how from episode 1 to episode 2 they had that big jump from him being a child to him being basically a young adult.
yeah,
That kind of threw me off a little bit when I first started watching those newer series.
yeah.
But other than that, I gotta say, I mean, Darth Maul, besides Darth Vader, is probably my favorite villain from Star Wars, hands down.
Recently, I saw one episode or a bit of it of an animated series with Darth Maul.
Shadow
So
Lord, yeah.
yeah,
I just
Shadow
finished
Lord.
it.
So wow,
Man, it was
that's
actually
gonna be
the
something.
highest rated Star Wars series.
I bet. I mean, that's a character that they hardly had him in the movie, but what an impact he made! Just like those 3-4 scenes, and that music.
Right.
Remember when
Yeah, when they're
The-
right there waiting.
that music is so haunting?
Yeah.
You know, it's
And he's
it's-
like meditating.
yeah,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
that's powerful
It's him
shit.
walking
You know?
there, you know?
Yes, bro.
That's like
Wasn't
a-
it great in the Obi-Wan where we never thought we'd see Anakin and Obi-Wan go at it again, and it was so epic. The half a helmet when he knocked it off.
Yeah,
and
that was sick.
that was fucking
Yeah.
crazy, right?
That actually, the Obi-Wan series surprised me a lot. Like, I
Yeah.
really liked how they did it, where he was like afraid to tell people that he was a Jedi. It was a life he didn't live no more. You know, he was just trying to get comfortable with the life that he has chosen at the moment.
Yeah.
You know, like it was a really good take on it.
Nice.
Yeah.
How he's checking on you. He even lets you see Luke Skywalker. He's checking in on Luke when he's a little kid. You know, like
Yeah.
dropping stuff off to, I think it was either the aunt or Uncle Ben, and he went back.
Yeah, and the Mandalorian, how they brought that story to life, and even at the end when you saw Luke Skywalker come in
Yeah.
and just take out everybody. I mean, that was pretty cool. Just as an old school fan to see that coming into, generations later. Any other ones we're leaving out on?
Book of Boba Fett.
Okay.
He got his own series
Yeah.
too.
That's right.
Yes, but
Book
it ends right
of
after.
Boba. If you haven't seen it, tell us your take on that. And
It starts right where when he falls into the pit and gets eaten by the sandworm.
yeah,
It literally starts right there. He gets spit back up out the worm, and then he's on his mission to find his armor again. That got taken from obviously Ewoks.
yeah,
So
yeah.
They take everything.
Everybody's
Or
shit.
no, not
They left
Ewoks.
shiny-
Or Jabba Wad.
the Jabba-
yeah. Yeah, the little
Was it tunic?
the
Yeah.
scavengers
Yeah.
that steal shit.
Yeah, dude.
Where they
those
stole
little
all the
fuckers.
Obi-Wan's-
The little bears.
Yeah, well, they stole all the Obi-Wan shit and then sold it back to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys are crazy.
I loved all the familiar faces that popped up in The Mandalorian, like Michael Biehn from Aliens and Terminator, and what was his name, Mark Boone Jr. From Sons of Anarchy. He was in that, and some really cool faces that pop up in there of like old school characters from other movies you may know. So boy, they're gonna, now that Disney's a hold of that, they're gonna milk that shit to fucking death, right?
Yeah.
Supposedly they're scrapping like the last, what was it, episode 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Supposedly that's gonna be like their own canon, and then they're gonna remake the story after that.
Holy
Because
cow!
John Filoni, right?
No, Dave
Dave
Filoni
Filoni
and
yeah.
John Favreau.
Yeah,
Favreau. Yeah.
They got their hands in everything right now. So
But those guys are truly fans like us, so
they are.
Yeah.
I feel like they're doing it justice.
They definitely
They
are.
really are.
Dave is actually being mentored by George Lucas while he's doing all this.
Wow.
He actually had talked to
And
him and, hey, what would what's his name do if he's in this situation?
Yeah.
Like, how do you think the story would go if it happened this way? And George Lucas is literally telling him, like, oh, well, this would happen.
That says a lot about George Lucas, that his ego's not so big that he can mentor Dave, who truly is a fan and is really doing it justice. And an Attack of the Clones when he did that, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
They made a whole series of cartoons.
And, yeah,
Two
they did.
animated series.
Speaking of, we'll do a segue into probably our fourth and final movie chapter with these guys, and that is sci-fi movies. And I have to say, for somebody to do it justice, was them doing the prequel to The Thing with Kurt Russell and John Carpenter movie. A lot of people were skeptical about it, but they did it justice because the people who did that movie, The Thing prequel, were super fans of the original.
Yeah.
So it was what happened before the camp with Kurt Russell and that John Carpenter thing. But deep dive into sci-fi movies. I mean, you guys, we got Aliens, The
Alien,
Thing,
yeah.
Predator, yeah,
Terminator,
Terminator,
The Matrix.
What? Give us some highlights of you guys from these movies and how they affected you guys.
Shit,
What do you want to start with? So many Terminator, Aliens.
Yeah, obviously, being a kid from the 90s, you know, Terminator with Arnold Schwarzenegger, so you had Terminator and Predator.
Yeah.
So those were really big
The
movies.
Matrix could even be considered.
yeah.
Yeah, The Matrix.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I grew up on.
Yeah.
The Matrix.
Keanu Reeves in The Matrix.
Killed it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But the remake that he did, I didn't really.
I didn't care for the fourth installment. I thought it was really lazy. They were kind of just taking. It was almost like the first story they were trying to do, and it just wasn't as good either.
Yeah,
so,
trying to remake it to modern times.
Yeah.
In a sense, you know?
Yeah. I didn't care
And
about
the
it.
Alien series has they've gotten so many of those. The Predator too started out with the one with Schwarzenegger, then Danny Glover, and then Predator versus Alien.
Yeah.
They've really gone far with that. So, what do you guys' take on that Predator versus Alien or the standalone Predator Alien movies and stuff? So,
honestly, I thought the Alien vs Predator movie could have been a lot better.
yeah.
It really wasn't one of my favorites. But the Alien Earth series that is on Hulu now is actually really good. If you guys ever get a chance to check that out. As far as like the original,
Man, the first one though,
movies, yeah,
boy, that was Carl Weathers, and wow, that was incredible.
Those
dude.
ones are good. Yeah.
That
Bill
was
Paxton
the one.
was in the Alien series too, right?
Bill Paxton was in the second Predator with Danny Glover,
Okay, that's what it was.
and then he was in the second Aliens with Michael Biehn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Bill Paxton. He's in the greatest vampire movie ever made that nobody knows about called Near Dark, and it's incredible. In fact, here's a tidbit of trivia, in case you guys don't know. It's on the record. You can look it up. But James Cameron was dating Catherine Bigelow at the time. Catherine went on to direct Point Break and Zero Dark 30. She directed this vampire movie, Near Dark, and took the cast from Aliens because her and James Cameron were lovers at the time, and took three casts from Aliens, Lance Henriksen, Bill Paxton, and Jeanette Goldstein, and put them in this vampire western love story. So it's a real gem of a movie if you guys get to see it. Near Dark, great vampire movie, which we should cover our favorite vampire movies too. But man, I mean, what else besides you were talking about the Hulu series coming up? Yeah, go on about the rest of that.
Yeah, just the Hulu series is cool. It's basically based on Earth that we've already been invaded by the aliens and stuff. And they're just like hunting people. Basically, people are using aliens to hunt other people, you know? So it's like an aspect of that where people are like in a lockdown. Almost like a Walking Dead type setting, but with aliens in it.
Okay.
You know?
What about that latest movie? I'm not up on the latest ones, the Badlands one, and then
The Prey?
Predator
Prey.
Badlands.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh, yeah, The
I
Prey.
saw the Prey movie. I
where
didn't see
some
the
chick
Badlands
comes
one.
into the
Yeah,
mix.
Prey.
And, okay.
That's another
Prey was
Hulu.
good.
Are those
Yeah.
good?
Yes,
Yeah,
that one was
okay.
good. I haven't seen Predator Badlands personally.
Okay.
I haven't seen that.
But what I did see, like, I don't know if it was true, but I see some, like, spotchy CGI. Not too sure, so I haven't really checked it out. But Prey was good.
All right.
Yeah, as a new, like, remake, or no, remaster, imagined.
Yeah.
Well, it's like they
Reboot,
visited,
reimagine.
It's like they visited
Yeah.
us in the
Way back, like in the
Aztec times,
yeah,
you
junk,
know?
yeah.
Okay.
So it's a village fighting the predator.
The Predator,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Or the predators hunting the villagers. But,
Wow.
Yeah,
God, yeah.
it's almost like Apocalypto meets Predator.
Yes.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
taking it. They're taking that.
Yeah, that one was
too.
good. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
Apocalypse.
Predator,
I like that
Predator
movie.
1, Predator 2, or probably my personal
Yeah,
like
just
you know
can't
those were the
beat
best.
first two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those were the best.
When
No, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger's covered in the mud.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
something about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know, like
Some
Same
about
with
that.
the Aliens movies.
Yeah.
I feel like even after the third, fourth, and fifth, it's
I
like
like Prometheus.
to me the second one was the best when the soldiers came in there. The second one of Aliens might have outdone the Alien. That's rare when that happens. The second one to be better than
Yeah.
the first, but Terminator 1 and 2 is kind of like a close.
Yeah.
It's two. Both of them are so damn good. The third one was a little throwaway. You know, most
I
people
gotta
say
say,
that.
I gotta shout out the Starship Troopers though too.
Hey,
You know, the
I met
original
those
ones,
guys.
Yeah.
You know, like
I
that,
met Casper
Starship
and
Troopers?
Gary Busey. Yeah,
I think that's
it was
what-
like
what's
a
his-
B-rated movie, but it was still like such a good, from a child aspect, I guess it was such a good movie at the time. You know, because of aliens and predators were all going nuts at the time, and then we got this crazy movie where
yeah.
they, as you're watching it, it's almost like it starts off as like a commercial to a kid, like telling you to join their space army. You know,
What
and
a
it's just
great
like,
movie
holy
that was.
shit, let me
Yeah.
join, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'll blast some aliens.
I have to mention
Uh.
that Michael Ironside, who plays the lieutenant sergeant guy,
Mhm.
the bald guy, he's going to be in San Jose at the San Jose Toy Show in person the weekend of June 5th and 6th. So if you guys want to meet, the legendary actor from Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's in Top Gun with Tom Cruise, he's in Scanners, the David Cronenberg movie, and he's in Starship Troopers. Look him up. Canadian actor who did very well in Hollywood. He even voiced Batman and some Superman and Batman animated
And-
series.
Oh wow.
He's the voice behind a lot of those Captain Cole's father, and I want to say some other superheroes and supervillains. But yeah, Michael Ironside from Starship Troopers. What a great series that was. And got to meet Gary Busey and
Oh,
Gary
dude.
Busey's son, Jake Busey, who was in Starship Troopers, and Casper Van Dien. So, yeah, some great sci-fi stuff. They went on to do an animated one, and then they got the cast back together to do one. I'm sure you're up on all those. They did like 3 Starship Trooper movies all
Oh, yeah.
together, I guess. But what crazy effects too! The bugs and
Yeah, dude.
all that shit was fucking
That's
dope,
what I was
right?
gonna
it
say
was,
too. Just
it was crazy, right?
the new like thought about the giant bugs on a planet. Like it's not just normal aliens.
Yeah,
They're
man.
Just literally
Yeah.
like exterminators. And then the acid will drip on them and stuff.
Yeah.
And then,
Are you same age? So you guys
Nah.
are more 90s
we're like
kids? Okay.
10 years apart.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Younger?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's
So look at this
barely
generation of
knowing
like,
him, baby.
from me, almost 60 in May, to the generation of you, right? And then you're the younger one. Wow. It's like
Yeah.
3 generations of horror, sci-fi,
Yeah, definitely.
DC, Marvel. Real quick, vampire lore. I don't know. What do you guys like or dislike? Lost Boys interview the vampire.
Never seen that one.
Okay.
I have yet to
John
see that one.
Carpenter's vampires. I don't know what.
I like it's not your typical vampire movie, but my favorite vampire movie is Queen of the Damned.
Yeah, that one's a
Nice.
fucking
The
great
soundtrack
one.
was really
Yeah.
good, too, right?
Yeah, Jonathan Davis.
By Lee-
Great.
what's her
John from
Oh,
Korn
yeah.
did the soundtrack. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like
beautiful.
pretty much. Yeah, pretty much like what got me into that movie. Yeah,
Right
first was
on.
Aaliyah, you know, but then just like watching it, it was like one of the dopest vampire movies like I've
Yeah.
ever watched. You know.
Nice.
Can't forget about
Yeah,
that.
Blade.
Or Van Helsing, if you want to.
I like Hugh
Blade.
Jackman as Van
It's like
Helsing.
there's so
Yeah.
many that you can't really have like a favorite.
I also
Van-
like the Underworld.
Yeah, that was a good one too. It's
You know, it's like more like werewolf.
the
But
Lincoln Vampire Hunter one.
yes, that one
Yeah.
wasn't bad. I
cool,
like that
too,
one.
you know?
I like that one, and then also,
Oh, man.
yeah.
if
too
you
much.
we drop all these names in case you have been living under a rock for the last like 20, 30, 40 years. Check out all these movies. That's why we put these names out there for you guys to do your research and discover your new DC, Marvel, vampires, Star Wars, and horror movies. So this podcast is also about music. So we know you guys are on the rap scene, the hip hop scene. What would surprise your fans and fans to be of yours of music you listen to outside of the hip hop rap genre. Guilty pleasures. You know,
Probably
anything?
Belvin.
Huh?
Belvin.
What's Belvin?
So Belvin is he's more of like R&B instead of like rap.
Okay. So he's is he back to the days of New Jack Swing, like Boys to Men, or
no. It's
Tony,
he still has
or
like
New
a
Edition?
modern. He still has like a
More
modern
modern
take on it too.
Okay,
you know?
so Belvin, right?
Belvin, yeah.
Okay.
Other than that,
R&B.
I mean, it would just be like if it's not hip hop or horrorcore, I would say.
Okay. That's your
most
deal. You're in
likely-
that. That's what you listen to.
Most likely gonna be Tool.
Okay,
I'm
Tool.
a big Maynard, James Maynard. Keenan
Wow,
fan.
Tool, the
Yeah.
mighty Maynard James Keenan, who's in Perfect
Lucifer.
Circle, Lucifer, and Tool.
Yeah.
You pointed out my magnet on there. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, there it is, man.
We used
You
to
know?
have sweaters like that when I was in high school, and I have
Yeah.
never seen that Tool design like that unless it's on somebody's old ass band T-shirt, you know. So you don't really get that old school Tool, the actual Tool.
Yeah.
where
No,
they
I thought that
showed
was
it.
pretty clever that they did that.
Yeah.
So let me get your opinion on the whole crossover thing. A lot of people called it new metal. I called it rap rock.
Yeah.
Talking Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit, Korn. Did you like that whole scene? Did you like where that was going?
I actually love the
Kid
whole
Rock,
metal scene.
Devil Without a Cause.
Yeah.
Even Cypress Hill had a band on stage, and they were on their album super fucking bringing the fucking heavy
Yeah.
rock and metal. So, did you guys like that? I mean, I know that was that was a decade after you were even.
So
like,
I'm a fresh, not necessarily too fresh, but really getting into that whole rock aspect. Like definitely, he showed me, if it wasn't him, my lady, she listens to a lot of rock.
Okay.
So
what's some of your ladies' favorite stuff then?
She
people
likes
may know.
what's that one? Something to Prevail.
It's cool.
Ice Nine
You know.
Kills.
Ice Nine Kills.
Yeah.
Prevail.
Sleeping with Sirens or something like
Yeah.
that.
Hollywood Undead.
Hollywood Undead.
Look up all these
Yeah.
groups,
Well,
you
you know,
guys.
she,
That's why
you
we're bringing them up.
know, she showed me like some other ones. I can't really think because I'm not really the best. Like
Well,
I
let's
said,
go
just
back
so-
to what you guys
Yeah.
are really feeling, the hip hop and rap. What do you listen to that not only inspires you to be the original artist as Terrible Twos, but
Definitely
also
rock.
just are you guys big into the Gathering, the Juggalos, ICP Twisted,
Yeah, definitely.
other hip hop artists that aren't affiliated with that sort of thing?
Yeah. I'd
Give
say,
us some
Woody
some
from
names.
Antioch, RIP.
Yup, RP Woody definitely.
Yeah, they don't even have to. We could be local or national, worldwide acts. So,
Yeah.
who's this Woody? Give him some light.
So
He's
Woody is he's a rapper from Antioch, California. Yeah, he just spits a lot of street stories and stuff. He is gang affiliated. I don't know.
so he's dead. He's dead.
He's
now,
dead.
though.
Yes, he committed suicide.
Oh wow.
Well, they say he
It's-
committed suicide.
Got a controversial
He's got a controversial
death story. No one really
Huh.
knows,
Yeah.
but type
RIP
deal.
to him.
Yeah, definitely.
AWAX as well from
Mhm.
Pittsburgh. He's still alive. He's still doing his thing. He actually, if you're familiar with Tech Nine has an artist called King ISO, and AWAX from Pittsburgh out here, and King ISO actually made an album together and dropped it on Tech Nine's label. So for somebody from our area to be really associated with
Yeah.
Tech Nine, it was
With the
actually a good
Kansas
thing,
City
you know?
King,
Yeah,
Tech Nine.
it's called the Brazy Brunch.
Yeah.
Wow. He might be one of the fastest rappers I've ever heard in my life. Like that guy could
Yeah.
spit.
Next to Twista and,
yeah, right.
Bone Thugs and
But,
Harmony,
Yeah. Good
but
stuff.
36 Mafia, I could literally go on for days when it comes to hip hop.
Yeah, do it, man. Give us some more names. So
Yeah,
Um,
X-Rated, King
Yeah,
ISO,
X-Rated, King ISO.
Godamus is good from.
Richmond, right?
thank you to
Uh,
Ruben for bringing up some
exactly.
underground hip hop rap artists here.
Kung Fu Vampire.
Yeah,
Kung Fu Vampire.
from San Jose,
Yup.
another local
Yeah.
legend. You got Mars from Pittsburgh as well.
Yep.
You got King Gordy from Detroit. I mean, not
Murs
very
is
many
old
people
school.
like him, but Machine Gun Kelly is early when he was an earlier
Ritz.
artist. Ritz, the rapper,
Yeah, I personally like MGK. But like how he said his earlier days.
Prozac. He's He's also our homie Cheese. Sorry, that's just
Yeah, we have a homie named Cheese, but Chris Reese.
Chris Reese. He's a ghost hunter as well, but Prozac also does the same thing that Chris Reese does.
Yes, sir.
I like these guys from New York, Necro and
Yes,
Ill Bill.
Ill
Bill.
Bill is part of a group
Yep.
called Nonfiction,
Nonfiction.
which also has one of his homies from Oakland out here, which is Sabak Red.
Yeah.
As well as DJ.
If you guys don't know about that, check that out. Ill Bill, Necro. These guys really have lyrics for days, and they're also great beat makers too.
Yes, they are.
It's one thing to be a great lyricist, but to also be able to make beats and do the lyrics. That's like a double dose of badassery. So
Yeah, definitely.
wow, man. And so you guys
He's Ill Bill.
Yeah,
you
What's
guys
Wrong with Bill is my favorite.
performing. What do you got coming up for you guys as a duo for this year? Just to give people an update from the last interview we did. You guys got any special shows planned? Any recordings in the work? Any music videos? Take the platform, man.
Yeah, I mean, we try to do studio at least every Friday. Our schedules and just life hasn't really been working like that lately, but we definitely are working on to drop new music. As far as shows, I think we got one planned June 6th with Chris Reese, Nick and Rimshot and all
Yeah,
that.
I think Ready for Real and them.
You might be there too,
Yeah,
right? Mannequin
Stay
Planet.
Gold if that's the place where we're at.
Yeah, Stay Gold. I
so
believe so.
Mannequin
Yeah.
Planet. I think it's actually Nick's birthday as well.
Yeah.
So happy birthday.
Yeah,
happy
with Nick and the
birthday.
Rimshot.
Other than that, we're looking to play anytime.
Yeah.
Give people contact info if you guys want a great rap duo to play your house party, some kind of event, for exposure. But hey, we all want to get paid, so give us the email for Terrible Twos to book you guys in case they want to get you guys on.
So it's terrible2s at myyahoo.com. Just holler at us. Send us an email. Introduce yourself. What you guys want to do. How we can collab. Just give us a little bit of information.
Instagram?
Yeah,
and
at Terrible Twos.
at Terrible Twos. Yep. Personally, B Krazy. He also does his own stuff too. You know what I mean? He got his own music. Fallen Halo. Look them up. For your merch. Also, I do mine. Johnny Stitchlip. I also have my own merch. Keep a Stitchlip. We also do Plug Mentality. So like we do a lot of stuff. It's a rap duo, but then also trying to build our identities as well as come together as a group. So it's a lot of clockwork in a sense.
That's what I respect these guys, because being a fellow artist from Mannequin Planet, that these guys, they're driven, they're passionate, and they really hard workers, man. You guys really put in a lot of time, and to me, I just respect that, and I know a lot of other people do. That you guys, even I think this is an original too, right?
Yes, this is
Look
an
at this.
original.
This is Johnny Stitchlip shirt.
Keep a stitched lip with the stitched lips. You know what I mean?
I can see a lot of hot chicks wearing that shirt.
I'm
man.
working
Look at
on
that
some.
shit.
Keep a hush hush. I'm working on some female merchandise.
Hey,
So it'll be dropping
there we go.
soon. I'd also want to give a shout out to you were saying driven, hardworking and stuff.
Yeah, man.
Definitely this man right here. You know what I mean? Like without without him, meeting him, I personally wouldn't be doing music. I'd probably do it as just in my room, in my head, just lolling, whatever. But definitely, he is hardworking, driven, drives me, motivates me, you know what I mean, type deal. So like I said, B Krazy, Fallen Halo, Johnny Stitchlip, keep a Stitchlip, and then also the official Terrible Twos.
Yeah.
Yep. And then Mannequin Planet. Thank you very much for
man.
the second interview.
Thank you for being on our show. The deep dive with these guys, I knew it would be a great one for movies, music, and movie music.
Go
Man,
forever.
it's been a pleasure having you guys on, and very memorable guest, and also hoping to collaborate with these guys, if not on a complete side project, then we're gonna at least have them guest on a Mannequin Plant song on the record, And yeah, it would be an honor, man. You guys are super talented.
Hey,
Appreciate your time.
Appreciate
And,
your time. Thank
having
you.
you guys on. And again, here I think we say the 10th episode of our movie music podcast. So check it out on YouTube. It's only going to get bigger from this point on.
Definitely.
And we appreciate y'all's time. And check us out again.
Yes, sir.
In the can. Yeah.